Hi, this is Krista at The Secret Yarnery. Welcome to Crochet Podcast, episode 143. Thanks so much for inviting me over. If you are new to this channel, my name is Krista, and that over there is my secret yarnery. I'm in the same room, but this is my balcony behind there. If you have been around long enough, you've seen we've gone out there before. I'll be taking you out there again, so just keep watching if you want to see what's behind that door. And this channel is all about crochet and crochet-related goodness. So if you haven't subscribed before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button under this video right now so you don't miss out on any of the fun. Now, before we get started, I want to give a big congratulations to the winner from last week's podcast. Congratulations to Joyce Young. Joyce answered last week's question with, "My other hobbies are sewing, painting with watercolors, and collecting yarn. Love my yarnscape. It makes me happy." Me too, Joyce, so much. Thank you for answering that question. Send me an email, krista@secretyarnery.com, and I will send you a copy of my latest pattern. And if you want to win a free pattern, just keep watching and I'll tell you how to do it. And now it's time for Finished Object. It is the Drunken Granny baby blanket border, but this border can obviously go on any Drunken Granny baby blanket or any Drunken Granny blanket, doesn't matter the size. And it is a super great one row border. One row, you don't have to do anything fancy the whole way around. It is just one little cute border, and the shape of each of these little shells kind of mimics what we are doing in the blanket. Isn't that so cute? So it's a little bit of a zigzag scallop edge, but not too round. It's kind of pointy, just like the blocks of the Drunken Granny are. Yes, finished object time. It is singular but glorious. I used 600 grams of Savor, so 3 skeins of Savor from Ice Yarns. It is a premium Draylon acrylic, nothing to do with Super Savor. I get that question a lot. It is a totally different type of yarn. Really soft, really squishy, really thick, and I love it. So that is what I used for all of this blanket. And the reason I made this blanket, you can tell it's a bit chilly in Nairobi, isn't it? Because I can wear a blanket. Is I made the first Drunken Granny. So I made this one with regular Kenyan acrylic. I think this was with Butterfly, if you are in Kenya and know the yarn brands that are available here. They are produced locally. I used 500 grams of Butterfly for this, and why I had to make a 0.2 or a 2.0 is because Kenyan yarn does not come with any sort of yardage or measurement or anything. It just has the weight. Plus or minus 5% of 100 grams. So you get 100 grams of yarn, you don't know how long it is, you don't know anything about it, and they call everything chunky or super chunky, which it's not. It's a worsted weight acrylic. So that was my first Drunken Granny. Also put a border on this one, but I just did a single crochet edge around it. So it does have a border. I get a lot of questions about the borders, being like, I want the blanket with a border. They both do have a border, but this is just a flat row of single crochet, which is why I like the finished look of this one a little better. I think it looks a little more fancy, a little more like you tried. So this is my finished object. Pattern is already out for this entire blanket, plus for the border, so whichever you feel like doing. Also, this is the OG one, but this has the yarn weights in it and a yarn that you could also find internationally. So this is the new finished object, and coming up with this border, it was quite an exercise. So let me take you over to table of fails and we can see how this started. So I started with this side doing like a little single crochet chain kind of thing, and then like boxes coming back. I thought maybe we could put some shells in there or something like that, but no, all of that, it doesn't add to the blanket. So then I'm like, never mind, I leave that so I don't have to rethink it. I've already tried it and I can go back and make sure it was a bad idea. So then I take new yarn and I want to like replicate the stitches but on the edge. So tried to do that. Obviously that's too many. And it takes me a while to get down to where I like it, which are these three here. I think those three are pretty good. I tried something else, and then of course working into the corner. But I like this so far, so this is gonna be the border. But that is how long it took me to decide how to get the look that I have in my head. So that is how we got to this border right there. It took some time, but I really do love doing borders and coming up with them. I think it's just so fun because you're finished and you get to make it even better. So it's like a total win-win. So these are both tutorials, both right and left-handed, and written patterns on my website. I will link that down in the cards down below, and you can also just do a Google search for Secret Yarnery Drunken Granny, and both of these will pop up. If you're left-handed, please add left-handed to that search so the left-handed versions show up for you. And now it's time for temperature blanket update. Well, this is more like temperature blanket not update, but I did want to update you on the lack of an update. Did you get that update on the no update? So the gist of it is, I have it right here because I did we had the Aussie edition live chat yesterday, which is my morning time in Nairobi and afternoon in Australia, early evening to midnight in the West, and early morning in Europe. So I have not worked on it this whole month. I was going to work on it this weekend and get caught up. I do not suggest or advocate for working on your temperature blanket every day. I think it is absolutely necessary to stockpile those days, but I did stockpile a little longer than I should have. I was thinking this weekend, or this past weekend, I was going to have time, and then I got super busy. And then the night before the live, I did like one row, and I calculated how many rows I had to do, and it was 3 hours and 12 minutes to get caught up enough to be caught up for the next morning. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. You don't got to work on it. Just relax, get your sleep, do you, and then get caught up when you have time. So I have done 4 rows. So 1 the night before the live, and I did 3 rows during the live. So this is my update from half of the cantaloupe and the 3 rows on top. That's all I have gotten done in a month. But I just want to show you that in case you're feeling behind on yours and thinking, oh no, I can't do, like I'm so far behind, I can't get caught up, like I've failed at it. You have not failed at it. We are just behind together and we will get caught up. I have figured out, or I'm estimating, I need to watch 2 movies and crochet at the same time. That's okay. What a great day that's going to be. Be like, okay, which 2 movies am I watching? Sit down, get caught up on your blanket. Done. So I already have booked a me date. I don't know why I haven't booked it. I don't know when I have time, but as soon as I have, like, say 4 hours, I am sitting down with my crochet hook and my temperature blanket and all my yarn colors, and I'm going to get caught up on it watching 2 movies. So once that happens, I will officially update you on progress. So now I just updated you on no progress. So now it's time for upcoming live events. This is also a no non-update update. There will not be a live chat on Friday. So the next live event is like 10 days from now or a week from Friday. We will be back the following week. The first Friday of July, there will be a live chat. And that is the first live chat. The next one coming up will be the first Friday in July. Would you like to win a free pattern? All you have to do is yes, you have to subscribe to the channel and also answer question of the week. Question of the week is, what is your opinion about yarn bans? Now, if you don't know what a yarn ban is, it is either you telling yourself or someone telling you no more yarn, no buying any more yarn until X. Like until you have used up all your yarn, until you have achieved a goal, until you have generated X amount of money, until you finished a project, until you've used up XYZ. Lots of yarn bans are going on, and I would like to hear your opinion about that. We talked about it a bit in the Aussie Edition live chat yesterday, and what I found, or what I think about sometimes, I don't know if you think about it also, you can let me know in the comments, but what I worry about or wonder about are all these families or family members that impose yarn bans on their person, on someone in their family, or basically someone in their family. They say no more yarn until you've used up all your yarn. Right? Now, speaking from experience, my grandmother, Granny Ruth, hence the Speedy Granny Ruth baby blanket, bedspread, team wrap, all the Speedy Granny Ruths I do, she had so much yarn, and I'm sure my family felt the same way with her. It was like, stop buying yarn. You have so much yarn. I went to her house in 1996. She was living in Maidstone, Saskatchewan, and her basement was full. It took like 96 hours to go through the yarn in her basement. It was all in like Zeller's bags and plastic bags tied shut and just kind of tossed into a room. There was a pathway. I think her basement was 2 bedrooms plus like a furnace room. I think it had 2 bedrooms. I'm pretty sure it did. And the living room. So the whole place was full of like bags of yarn tied shut and tossed with a walkway to kind of get through. It took so many days to just get that yarn out. I went to the liquor store in the town. There was a liquor store. Well, I guess that wouldn't surprise anybody. There's a liquor store. Went to the liquor store, got all the boxes, like, you know, because you used to, I don't know if you still can, but used to get boxes from the liquor store. Got all the boxes, kind of folded all the flaps inside to kind of keep them a bit stronger, and made a whole, was my first yarnscape, a whole yarn wall. The bottom boxes I had to keep out from the wall about 6 or 8 inches, and then slowly each row move them back a little bit so everything was leaning towards the wall, and separated all of her yarn in like by color. I didn't yarnscape it. I was literally like, here's red, put red with red. Here's green, put green with green. We just wanted it like not in the bags. And she was so surprised at how much yarn she had, and she was like laughing. They're like, oh my gosh, I thought I needed more yarn. And she had yarn like crazy. Glitter yarn, sparkle yarn. Most of it was Fentax, bless her heart. All of the crazy yarn colors, all of the glitter yarns, all the variegated yarns, like all the yarn you could get back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Full. Her 2-bedroom basement was full of yarn. I got it all up on the wall. She loved it. And she suddenly realized she didn't need to buy any more yarn for quite some time. However, I don't even think she bought yarn after that, once she saw what she had. So then back to the live chat. Some people have been told by their significant others, family members, that no more buying yarn until you've used up the yarn you have. I think, or I wonder, if those yarn bans are put in place like we would have requested my grandmother not to buy any more yarn, because of the storage or how you're storing your yarn. So does it go along? If you've had a yarn ban, or if your family or friends say no more yarn for you, do you have your yarn on shelves? Is shelving the problem? Right? if you have it in bags, if you have it like stashed around, I kind of get it. But if you have it on a shelf and it's organized, does your family still say no yarn until you use it all up? So that's my first question of the week. Other way to think about it, if you were an artist and you had watercolors or you used acrylic or you used embroidery, even embroidery floss, like you did like a hobby with small little things, would somebody tell you you have too much paint, or don't use, or you don't buy any more watercolor until you've used up all of your color, or if you've used up all your paint or acrylics or whatever? Would somebody say that to an artist with paints? I don't really think you would. It wouldn't be like, you still have some in that sienna tubes. You better use up your sienna before you get any more, you know, fancy blue. No, nobody would say that. But with yarn, because it's a bigger, the supplies are bigger, right? Supplies, like surprise. The supplies are bigger. So you need more space for it. You need more organization for it. You need to put more thought into how to store it so that it looks appreciated. I mean, maybe that's a thing. If it looks appreciated, then would your family or your friends still think you have to use it all up before you buy more? That's what I wonder about. Because if I went to my grandma's house and her yarn was all on a wall and it didn't take me like 3 days or 4 days to weed through it all and like undo all the bags and get it all sorted out, I guess it would look like she's using it. I'm like, isn't that nice? Like you have a nice spice cabinet. Right? Or like if you're a chef, you have to use up all your turmeric before you can go get more black pepper. No, right? Or condiments. You can't buy any more food until you use up all your ketchup, mustard, pickles, relish. What? It's a condiment. It goes with other things, like yarn. Yarn goes with other things. But I wonder if it is a storage question or a storage concern from the person thinking you have too much. Or if you think someone else has it too much, is it because of how they store it? I don't know, but let me know. It's food for thought. I wish there was like, I'm sure it's kind of great. It's this for some people, it's that for other people. I just wonder what it's like for you. So if you have an opinion about that or some thoughts, or you'd like to share something about that, let me know in the comments under this video as well. And then next week, I will be picking a subscriber that answers a question and they will win a free pattern. So this Friday is Mir's birthday. He is turning the big 17. I'm going to have a 17-year-old in the house. So to celebrate, we have done a video and we'll be putting up the video on his channel, same time as the live chat, but we will premiere it on his channel, which is Trip Trek Life. And on the web, it is triptrek.life. That's a birthday present for him. Shh, don't say anything. I don't think he'll watch. I don't think he has time. Oh, he's home right now. He should be in class. What time is it? Okay, well, he had a class that started 1 minute ago, so I hope he's not at my door listening. I better not talk about his birthday. We have a whole bunch of fun stuff planned, out and about. He wants to go zip lining. We've gone zip lining for his birthday last year when he turned 16. He wants to go zip lining again. I don't know if I want to go zip lining just because of how... I don't want to sound lazy, but it's a lot of walking. You have to pretty much walk up half of a mountain, and then you have to walk up a quarter of a mountain at the end. The quarter of the mountain at the end is a lot better than the half a mountain in the middle. And I mean up a mountain. I mean, it's a grassy mountain. It's not a rocky mountain. It's a grassy mountain, but they actually have like ledges for steps in certain areas. It's cold. It's far. And he really wants to go. So I don't know. I want to get sushi, like a big sushi platters. Like I want to have a feast in the middle of the day. So I don't know how that's going to work out if we are out of town ziplining, because it's too far away to get back and not eat. Like you'll be hungry. Like you can't not eat when you're out there. So then you have to have a picnic. Then you have, and we leave early in the morning, like before the sushi would be delivered. He doesn't know about the sushi either. But he has to be in class now. It's 12:02. Just saying. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. We could also just go go-karting. So if you have any suggestions on what would impress a 17-year-old in Nairobi for a birthday, let me know in the comments. I still have time to plan stuff. I don't know what I'm doing at all. As usual, but I know it's going to be fun. I just haven't committed to anything. I know what I want to do. I guess I have to sit down with a piece of paper and like figure out top priority, which I think is sushi. And then what can we work around that? Right? Maybe I could include like a gift certificate for zip lining. So we still go zip lining. It's just not on his birthday. It would be like a gift. That's an idea. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So that is basically what has been up here. A lot of party planning, a lot of gift preparing, a lot of like, what are we going to do? What are we going to, like all the stuff that we're going to do. Also, Indiana Jones comes out that day on Friday this week. So we might go to Indiana Jones movie. I don't know. Maybe pickleball, Indiana Jones, go-karting. As long as he's full of sushi, I'm cool with it. He likes tempura prawn avocado roll, which is my favorite. He's never tried it in his life. He's like, oh, he'll have avocado maki or he'll have cucumber maki and like, that's it. I don't know who told him to try some of my sushi. He loves it. I'm like, what? Now we're both into tempura prawn avocado roll. Inside out, by the way. So good. Anyway, got to get that ordered probably this afternoon. So that is what is keeping me so busy. And now let's go on a little tour of the garden. So let me take you on a little tour. Oh, but look who's here. Oh, it's Marvin. Are you waiting for water? Let's get you water, Marvin. Oh, if he comes to me, that means he wants cabbage. And he'll be happy with water. Right, Marvy? How's Marv? Does his eye look mucky? Do you got a cold weather eye, Marv? Interesting fun fact. Leopard tortoises drink through their noses like a straw. Isn't that neat? So that's how he drinks his water. Is it nice, Marv? We thought Marv was a boy. Marv is a girl. We found that out. Then he's gonna walk through it. Okay, well, we're going on a tour, Marv, so you enjoy your water. I guess we could start with the roses. Not that great. I've cut most of these big orangey ones, and then I didn't get that one cut in time. So they start with like a darky orange kind of color, and then they go to like a medium orange color, and then before they kick it, they go to like this lighter kind of color. But it's really great because this is all on one stem. So you get a whole bouquet at once. It's pretty much my favorite roses. These are all kind of hot, messy right now. End of their flowering for this time. The pink ones were going crazy. But, oh, here's a good one coming up. Nice, right? So gorgeous. And those are the hot pink ones. So that is in front. Oh, here's Louise. I guess Louise is coming for some water too. There's Louise. Hi, Louise. She's friendly, but she doesn't like us. Are you scared? Yeah. I'm a bit scared, that one. There's Dingo. Hi, Dingo. And now, ooh, finally some flowers. This is good. Those are like African violets, but in a tree. It should be blooming everywhere. There is some little buds coming up in there. That guy. That little guy opening in there. So that will be a gorgeous blooming shrub pretty soon. There's another one there. These are some of my dog houses. Oop, termites. Oh my gosh, they're huge. We gotta get sprayed. That's a lot of termite holes. Jiminy crickets. Gross. Here we go. More of those cute flowers. Ooh, look at my bougainvillea. This one's going crazy. So this is my bougainvillea honeysuckle. Well, part of it. This part's going great. Look how that's coming along. This was all concrete blocks, but we planted all that a year ago. So that's already up. And my bougainvillea. Love it. And honeysuckle. So here's the honeysuckles. And there's bougainvillea. We've got to get the bougainvillea kind of down low and the honeysuckle up high. But haven't got that far yet. So there we go. Empty doghouse. Traveler's palm. Those things are huge. Empty doghouse. Empty chameleon cage. This cute tree, I don't know. It's very, very big. It's like a Christmas tree. But it is at least 2 stories tall. It might be almost 3. But I really do like it. I don't know what kind it is. But it feels very cool. See that? It's super cool. So we do have honeysuckle planted all the way around the edges. But it hasn't taken so much everywhere. We'll go check on the medium torties. These are the mediums. So we just move this cage around, pick it up and move it. By we, I mean I hire some big strong men to do it because it's heavy. And then there's Peachy. Hi Peachy. If you've been watching Trip Trek Life, my son's channel, you would have seen Peachy when Peachy was a baby. Hi, Peachies. What's up, Peach? What's up, Peach? She was a little tiny thing. I know, Peachy. Good girl. Good girl. And then there's the rest of them around. There's 11 in here. And there is Floyd. Where's Floyd? Oh, there you are, Floyd. Hi. Floyd's a hingeback tortoise. Hi, Floyd. What's up? She's like, did you bring me mushrooms? She loves mushrooms. Right, Floyd? Floyd's also a girl. I like to name thing boy names, and then they all lay eggs. That's what I do. I think that's Peach. That's Pin or Button, I think. And then these are, oh, maybe not. It's hard to tell who's who anymore. The rest of these are Marvin's babies. There might be some of Louise's babies, but I think these are bigger. I think these are all Marvies. That one must be Pin or Button. Oh, so hard to say. But you can see how big Peachy is compared to the other guys. And Floyd, totally different species. Hi, buddy. Floyd likes button mushrooms. Any mushroom. Oh, and also earthworms. But not mealworms. Will not eat a mealworm, but will definitely eat a mushroom. Or an earthworm. Hi, buddy. Okay, so there's the medium torties. So we keep them separate from the dogs, basically. Oh, this is my compost heap. Remember we were doing compost heap? So we dug a hole for compost. So now my compost is flat minus the pile. But we have a compost hole. And look at this stuff blooming away. I don't know what kind that is. It's pretty though. Oh, there's even a bee. Nice, nice. These are my favorite color, although it's seen better days. But I love the pink color more than the orange color. A bit. But I don't mind either way. Bamboo that got pruned too much. This used to be our compost, but now we are reviving it into some sort of something. This is clippings, tree clippings to make brooms. So this gets tied together, like a few of it. This is probably enough to make like a few brooms. And you tie it together and then you sweep with it. and it works better than a broom that you and me would buy in a store. Who knew that? Probably a lot of you. So there's another spot where the tortoise can drink, but doesn't have water, obviously. And they prefer by the house, to be honest. This is a swing set. It used to be that turquoisey color. That color. It's a swing set that I got at my grocery store for 20 bucks for Mir when Mir was like a year old. So now, I don't know what we're doing with it. Chin-ups or something. Not really. It looks yucky up there. Anyway, that's a thing. Down here, this is all getting regrassed, like a little hidden grassy knoll area. You can technically walk all the way through. And here is our berm. Oh, look at all those aloe veras back there. That's like an aloe vera, like, what do you call it? Field crop. It's great. So we have the, oh, this leaf unfolded. It was all curled up not too long ago. There you go, buddy. I wish there was one I could show you. There must be one somewhere. Let's see. I can find a leaf. They come up like a tube, like a hot dog. I don't know, maybe next time. Oh, here's one, look. That's how they come up. Like that. And then they unfold into this huge leaf. Isn't that neat? And then they get a little bigger, even. Like, that's my hand. Oops, falling over. That is my hand. So you can see they're really, really big. Now here is our berm. So this is our septic tank is underneath here. What are you eating? Grass, you got upset tummy? Too much bread, dingy. Oh, look at this baby. On top. You just hanging out, Angel? So our small ones are in here. It's almost time we move this one. Look how big the grass is. We get to move this one. Oh, they're all hanging out. They're climbing up on the terracottas. They're cute. So this cage just picks up and moves also. I guess it's time to do that. And here is our berm. Oh my gosh, look how huge those are. Those are so tall. They're taller than my fence. Oh my gosh, we gotta see if we can get back there. This is huge. Oh my goodness. This is a cordia tree. I might have to prune it. Because there's also plants underneath. I was looking out from the Yarnery window and I was like, oh my gosh, what vine is planted there? That vine is taking over everything. Oh look, more aloe veras in there. It's like a little forest. So my cordia, I came out here being like, what do I have to rip up? I thought it was like a weed or one of those vines that just grows crazy. It's a cordia tree. That is all one tree from one side to the other. They're very good for shade. Oh, here's our fishes. Do we see any fishes today? Oops, don't fall down the hill. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Oh my gosh. No. I guess if we got the GoPro, we could put the GoPro in there. Oh my gosh, look how tall these are. They're taller than me. These things are like 7 feet tall. Okay, they're 6.5. Oh my God. Oh, probably to get out from underneath this cordia. I'm walking underneath it and I'm 5'10". Oh my gosh. I didn't have to stoop. These are tall. I can't even reach it. They're like sunflowers. Oh my gosh, they're so huge. Look how huge these are. We had them, the last time we had them, they stopped around here. I didn't think they'd be such a great backdrop. Goodness gracious. These are huge. See, this is how they normally are. This is average. I don't know what happened here. Those are supersized. Let me back up. That is supersized, that chunk there. And here we are at the back. There's all of our, or some, I guess. Oh, there's more over there of our avocados. And there's our compost, just so you kind of get orientated. So we can walk along our little channel. honeysuckle coming in. Goodness, that is crazy. Look how tall that is. Honeysuckle. Birds love honeysuckle. So this side here, we've redone this wall and we've kind of like pushed it back up. It started to kind of slope, just too much of a gentle slope. So we popped it all back up, put the stones back to reinforce the wall. This side we're planting nasturtium, so it can be huge. We're also planting, I think it's called Indian shoot, but you know what it's called. Those big monster ones all along here, so like a wall. We'll see how they come in. And then the nasturtium, when it gets huge, we can give it to the bunnies because bunnies love nasturtium. This is Tang's tank. Looks like it could get changed. These things, oh, that's not too bad. They get the hugest roots. Looks like a wig, doesn't it? So when they get big roots, we just take, oh, this is a big one. They get really heavy. Oh, we see the green water coming out of it. And then they just float like that. So we just throw them out every once in a while because they grow just too fast. So we've replanted all this. It's starting to come in. Replanted that. It's not dying. Kids' redneck swimming pool, haven't used it this year. Just an above ground tank. And I put a tap in it so we can drain it easily. Then, what else? This is all still coming in. And we're waiting for the grass to like move back over. So we get more like flat yard and less crazy down here. Here's bunnies. Hi, Snowball. Hi, Snowball. Look how cute Snowball is. Hi, Snowball. Hi, Snowball. How are you? How are you? We were just talking about bunnies. We talked about bunnies yesterday. This is Snowball. Snowball is the daddy. You're so good. You're so good. Yes. Yes. So this is what too many bunnies looks like. Oh, that's the mummy. That's Peanut. No, that is Dot. I don't know. That's the mummy anyway. So if anybody needs bunnies, let me know. Not Snowball. Not you, Snowball. Anyway, Snowball's great. So that's there. You have to stay inside. I didn't bring you anything to eat right now. You're fine, by the way. And you too. You're also fine. Back your feet up. Good. So they hang out in there. Oh, and of course, Churchy. Hi, Churchy. This is where Churchy hangs out. This is where Churchy hangs out. Hi, Churchy. Hi. Hi, Angel. That's my boy. You've been fighting, Churchy. So, George and Churchill do not get along. It's Georgie's fault, isn't it, Georgie? Yes, it is. Really, it's Churchy. He's very, what do you call it, possessive? So, that is how much my garden has grown in a month. Crazy, right? So, let's hop back up into the yarnery. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I am waiting for you in that video right there. Should it be there? Or should it be here? There? Here. Oh, let's put it over here. I'm waiting for you in that video right there, and stay hooked.